Did you know you could be missing out on hundreds of thousands of dollars by not managing your comment sections? And I'm going to show you why. I've got two examples here as to why comments are so important in purchase behavior. Looking at our first example here, we have shoes on the left side. Now, the comment sections are full of people who mention they haven't received their order or are asking questions which aren't being answered or commenting competitor promotion. Now, if we look at the shoes on the right side, we have comments where people are asking questions and they're being answered correctly. We're finding out that these are great quality shoes based on previous reviews, and we can see that the customer support has been fantastic. Most people would pick the shoes on the right. You don't just have to take my word for it. If we look at some of the top advertisers globally, they're all talking about how managing and moderating comments can drastically improve your ad performance. I've worked in digital marketing for the last 6 years, and I could not agree more with these experts that managing your comments across paid and even organic can have a drastic difference on your overall conversion rates. Let's also look at some independent research and some statistics to back this. 94% of consumers actually avoid buying from a business due to negative reviews and comments. About 40% of consumers won't buy from a business if there are negative reviews. 89% of consumers are more likely to purchase from businesses where they can see they're responding to negative and positive reviews and questions. If you have negative reviews, you can expect about a 15% drop in sales. And positive reviews can actually increase your sales by 32 to 52%. We have our own case studies that support these statistics too. When working with Brand Bastion, we often run split tests to prove the value in comment management. Mindvalley here seen a massive 54% increase in their conversion rate and even more impressive increase in their ROAS at 48%. World Remit seen a 57% increase in their ROAS since working with us. These aren't small numbers. So how does moderating comments help? Well, it's important to keep your comment section across paid and organic clean and free from harmful comments. Harmful comments can include brand attacks, competitor promotion, and bullying, and even spam. Brand Bastion are across this 24/7 within the hour to make sure that your comment sections are a healthy, happy place. My favorite analogy to use in this instance is the smashed window theory. If you live on a street where one house has a smashed window, it is very likely the rest of the street starts to deteriorate. It is the same thing to be said for your comments. So how does responding to comments help? Well, to point out the obvious, you're meeting the customers where they are. I love when I see brands getting back to their consumers, not just for the questions and the complaints, but also for the brand love. If you can increase your response rate, you can drastically increase your purchases, especially if it's a purchase intent question. It gives you an opportunity to educate your customers and resolve issues promptly. We're across this 24/7 within the hour, so your community really feels like they're heard. Here are some key things to keep in mind though. If you're managing your community in-house, then you really need to consider your genuine tone of voice. You do not want to sound robotic. That is a really big emphasis that we have here at Brand Bastion, is making sure that we build this out for you. The speed in which you reply. If somebody has a consideration around the pair of sneakers they're looking at right here, right now, the longer you wait, the less likely you are to close that purchase. And consider broad coverage across all formats and TikTok. TikTok is mainly popular because of the comment sections. Consider having a response plan across all platforms. I have a really great simulation here to show you the impact that Brand Bastion can have on your numbers. You have a moderation rate of about 1% of harmful comments hidden. When you're working with Brand Bastion, 100% of your harmful comments will be hidden. Most brands typically have a response rate of 20%, but working with Brand Bastion, you will have a response rate of 85 to 100%. A net sentiment score considers your positive, neutral, and negative sentiment, and let's say you're sitting at 50%. Working with Brand Bastion, our brands have seen a 40% increase in their net sentiment score, bringing them up to about 70%. If your total conversions or purchases per month are about 12,000, we can see that increase up to 18,000 plus. If your conversion rate sits at about a 2, working with Brand Bastion, you can have that higher than a 3. And most importantly, for paid ads, if you're sitting at a 5-time ROAS, we've seen increases of up to 7.85 times. So there are considerations. Do you do this in-house or do you outsource it? I'm going to show you the differences. If you're to work with Brand Bastion, we have the ability to move fast and have all the training internally done for you. We can get started in as quick as 2 weeks, knowing the ins and outs of your brand and becoming an extension of your team. If you're to hire in-house, this can take you months to train up teams. We have incredible scalability without seat limitations. Because we are a massive global team, as your comments increase, we can do the work. Whereas if you do this in-house, you have to hire more people. The other thing is, when you're using tools, they usually charge you per seat. We don't do that at Brand Bastion. We are industry experts and a proactive partner. We understand the tone of voice. We understand the different responses we need, and we understand how important it is to not be robotic, but also follow brand guidelines. And lastly is our response speed and availability. This is very difficult to get in-house. We manage to reply to your community within 60 minutes and have 24/7 AI-driven monitoring for you. So join the other leading brands that are leveraging Brand Bastion for their social media. Get in touch today. I look forward to speaking with you.